There it is.
Cool. We got audio.
Sweet. Now you gotta turn.
Boom, boom, boom. There it is.
Turn. Holy shit. Is that it? Oh. Whoa. Whoa. That. Wow.
I better make sure that the video capture device is ready as well. Yeah. Now, why did it save that, but it didn't want to save the microphone?
I don't know.
Microphone's not maxing out, so that's cool.
Oh shit. And now you're just bumping shit and moving
shit.
Ridiculous.
Who's in charge?
Not me.
All right. So, I can start the audio now.
Posting. We're going live and
only 12 minutes late.
oh wow.
Why is it not showing me who's in the chat? I've been able to see that before.
Because maybe nobody's in the chat, it's just us.
It says 4 people.
Oh.
4 watching, but it normally will show you who's watching.
Don't you be stupid.
And I know that Dave and Jason have often commented on who's entered the chat. Why is it not showing me? That's stupid.
Is what it is, man. So, you ready to do this?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's rock and roll.
I'm ready to fucking do it. So, do we need to do any kind of...
Just quiet for a little bit.
Well, do we gotta do 30 seconds?
I don't know that it's gotta be 30 seconds, but whenever you're ready.
All right. I'll just start it and pick up the glasses. You ready, dude? What's up, everybody? Big Lovin, Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod. Let's get into it. Let's get going.
This show is going to work a little different than it did last week. We're going to go ahead and start off with some movie news. Well, not so much. What's up, Scott? Not so much.
What's up, dude?
Just movie news, but entertainment news. Probably how we'll start off all the shows.
We're constantly going to be evolving. The format may all... Next week it may be different. This may be coming at a different time. We don't know. We'll take your guys' feedback, but we're learning as we go. As you can see, it's 7:14 and we're just getting rolling. So some bumps in the roads, but we're figuring it out as we go, and that's gonna be the deal. We're both new to this. We went from an iPhone to a camera, microphone, a good microphone. We're laptops, notes. Like we took it serious the whole show. So
sound mixer should be coming another few days.
Yeah, so we got things going. So we're gonna try to provide to you, and we're gonna it's gonna change up. We're gonna do entertainment. He's got things on the agenda, but we're gonna see how it flows, see how it works, see what you guys think, and then we'll go from there.
Let us know if we're not hitting something that you think we should.
Yeah. Oh, and if you are listening, for those of you who are watching live in YouTube, if you could possibly give us a like, maybe a follow and a subscribe, we would greatly appreciate that. We are new to this, so Scott says our pod will change over time. Look at user views, how it changed from one to the last.
True story.
Yeah, it's come along, and you even know Scott, friend of the show, User Abuse Podcast. His system. I remember him, typing up in the mothership's sidebar cantina about getting new equipment and things of that. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's a learning thing. We're both learning. So
neither of us are rich, so we didn't have anybody come in and set up a studio.
No, we did. My my wife did this. You know, his wife last week she had got us a gift and we had put it up. We were just in a rush. Things are gonna constantly evolve, and it's just
we have plans in a couple months to actually build a real studio,
an actual studio. We're putting it together. It's hopefully start working on it once it gets warm up here in Michigan. So hopefully, probably March, April, probably March. So start getting going on that, and we're gonna have our own. It's gonna be a spot to where we don't have to worry about rushing to set up. It's just gonna be there.
We don't have to keep getting in our ladies' hairs.
Yeah, no more ugly looks, stabbings. It'll all go away.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll hand it back over to my man Don. So sorry to step on your toes there.
As far as movie news or entertainment news goes, just saw that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is getting a series coming to Netflix. Looking at 2021 on release date there. It'll be an episodic telling. It won't be so much like a telling from the book itself, but it will be stories taken from all the books, you know.
Because it was a series. I believe my mom and dad enjoyed though. I remember my mom and dad had audiobooks. The audiobook of that.
I've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I believe it's called Restaurant at the End of the Galaxy.
Right.
Which is the second one.
That doesn't sound familiar, but I know the Hitchhiker's Guide. I know 42. Yeah. Like I know all that because I remember my parents listening to the audiobooks when we would travel.
Yeah. I feel like the second one was a bit not as good as the first one.
Right.
But there was some good stuff in it. So
cool.
You know. Whatever.
Awesome.
Moving on. Kevin Smith announces
this one's exciting.
Mallrats 2 is officially in the works.
Yeah, when he announced that, he was 72 hours deep into writing. This whole
it's going to be from what I'm gathering, it's going to be kind of about the death of the mall.
Yeah, that's which we talk about that all the time. Where I mean, we grew up in that generation. I remember going to the mall during the holidays. It was it was a thing.
Well, our mall used to have like parties where we'd go dancing and smoking cigarettes and shit when we were 14.
Yep.
And there was a movie theater in our mall.
That was the thing to do, man. Go to the movie theater on a Friday night.
Spent time, got a slice over at Sbarro's.
Sbarro's when their pizza was actually good.
Went into Spencer's Goods and looked at shit you weren't supposed to know what it was.
Hell yeah, man. I remember trying to go look at all the inappropriate cards with the women with big old boobs.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh man, that was fun.
Yeah.
Kids don't appreciate that now.
No,
they don't. You'll never because it's on the internet.
And if you go into a Spencer's anymore, it's not even like that anymore. Now it's mostly a T-shirt shop. It's almost like going into Hot Topic.
I can't tell you the last time. I think the last time I went into a Spencer's was in Florida when I was still in, man.
They have one at the mall in Ann Arbor.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I don't go to that one that often. So
yeah, me and Richie went in there for Christmas. That's where I got Mikey's Motley Crue.
I remember the mall. The mall back then, on a normal Friday, Saturday, what it is now during Christmas.
Right.
It was packed like that all the time.
Just mobs of teenagers walking around.
Families, the whole thing, doing all their Christmas. Everybody was there doing all their Christmas shopping too, man.
Right.
I mean, you think it's packed now? Dude, nothing. You couldn't hold a candle to how it was back then, man. I love the mall. The mall was great.
Right.
It was time to socialize and, oh, man. Those are good times. In Albuquerque, we went to the mall. And in the Albuquerque mall, it was freaking huge, dude. It had a escalator and shit. Like, we had a big mall, dude. And I loved it. Me and my sister used to go there. Parents used to go there. We used to get our Christmas money and go shopping there. Go to Foot Locker. I'll get myself some Jordans or something like that. Oh, that was the stuff, man.
Right.
I missed the mall. Sorry.
No.
That's what it is.
Kevin Smith has also expressed that Clerks 3 script is well within being written. He's closing in on...
Is that gonna...
That he thinks so. And with Harvey Weinstein being real busy, I don't see...
stopping him?
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of barriers. I'm sure their legal department is going to, have some things to say. But,
yeah, because I heard that was a lot of the stuff that was stopping it.
Right. But I think Kevin's made enough money off of Jay and Silent Bob reboot that he's going to be able to maybe purchase some rights.
I hope so.
To some
That'd
stuff.
Be awesome.
So
that'd be awesome.
It would be really great to see him actually just own his entire catalog, so that he can start not only making the residual money from the, but to actually be able to write stories with all that. Because now all of us that grew up with him are now old dudes and are like, yeah, write me a story, fat boy.
Right, exactly. Well, that's the way. I mean, a lot of this stuff is coming. Our generation is growing up, and we're making the movies, and I mean, like we're a big part of all those things. That's what we want to see. Sure. So it's really, it's a cool time to be an adult, I guess,
an adult nerd.
An adult nerd, there you go, yeah, because sometimes being an adult is fucking awful.
And, I'd be remiss, too, if I didn't point out that Kevin, not so much fat boy anymore. He's smaller than I am.
This is the weirdest transition ever, the weirdest sidebar, but I have to do this.
Broken segue?
Yep. That's what's going to happen here. I have to say happy birthday to my little girl, Kaylin. She turned 9 today.
Happy birthday, Kaylin.
I know she's not watching the show. Mommy already made a comment to Kennedy yesterday when she was like, oh, what channel do you have on YouTube, Daddy? And I was like, and before I could get it out, Mommy's like, you're not watching Daddy's channel. So she'll never see this, but I still got to do it. That's my
Maybe she'll watch your back catalog when she's
older.
Yeah.
And she's like, God, thank God we put him in the home now.
Nutsack.
We got him in this home. It's the top flight security of the world, Craig. Home.
Yeah, should have shaved his beard.
That'll never happen. Let's not joke about stuff.
No, the girls can do what the girls are going to do.
They don't. They like it. Since they were all little, they've always been pulling them a beard. They like it.
I think if they begged you to shave your beard, you would not have the testicular fortitude to say no. You would do whatever those baby girls want you to do. No, don't get blushy now.
I can't talk.
They got you wrapped around their damn finger.
Look, man, we need to move on.
No.
Listen, this isn't about... We're here, pop culture. I said my piece. Let's go.
I'm sure that the folks out there in the crowd would love to know that those girls got you whooped like a fucking pony, I guess. Pony.
Yeah, don't whip pony. That's awful. Apparently, you don't have 3 little girls. Because that is not what you do with the ponies.
I also do not have horses.
No, horses, ponies. I'm really shocked you're allowed to have dogs and cats in this house.
I might not be allowed after the vet sees the one dog tomorrow.
Oh my God! Or if anybody catches wind of this accidentally on YouTube, they're like, "What the hell?"
Right. He's beating his dog with a shovel again.
What up, Rich?
What up, Richie?
Cheers, brother. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, dude.
Clone Wars Season 7 gets announced for, well, not announced. They officially announced a release date for it. And I believe it's February 17th. Somehow I managed to not put it in my notes. But the interesting thing is this is going to be a weekly release. So you're no sitting around binging Clone Wars Season 7.
I'm one of the people, I'm glad they're doing this. I'm glad Disney's doing this. I don't know if they're doing that with other series within just because I know they have a lot of original series that they rolled out with this. But as far as doing the Mandalorian and now Clone Wars, which are things that in my mind I enjoy, I'm glad that I love the anticipation.
Right.
I mean, we grew up, getting nostalgia. That's, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a binge, but then it's like waiting.
Right.
Waiting for it was that water cooler moment where we were on the same page to talk about it.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I get the impression that they're going to keep going through with that single episode.
I think it's business sense.
Yeah, because one of the main concerns with Disney Plus is that people are going to binge the shit they want. They're going to shut off the service, and then a couple months later, when there's a new thing, they'll turn it back on and binge it some more. And Disney's like, oh no, bitches.
No.
We got you every month.
I seen something today, speaking of Disney Plus, they're so successful with this Disney Plus, it's valued at over $100 billion.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
That is insane.
Disney will eventually own everything. We're really kind of looking at a Spaceballs type scenario where we're going to get
there though.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be a few. I think that you're always going to have like your Samsung and Apple, your Ford and Chevy.
Sure.
And I think they're always.
But that's hardware.
I don't know. You have Fox and CNN, and I'm not going to try to go in that direction, but you know what I'm saying?
It's going to be Disney the toilet paper and Disney the lunchbox and...
No, I don't think it'll get there.
Disney the dress because you want to look like a princess.
As long as it's at an affordable price.
No, it won't be. It won't be. Every dollar that you think you got saved, Disney is going to be like, oh, you should have been quicker than that.
What's up, Ghost Pepper? Thanks for joining us, brother. But,
Broke Hip Mountain.
Oh, shit. No, but I'm excited about this episodic. I do need to catch up on Clone Wars. I'm not thorough in it. I've seen lots of episodes here and there.
I'm only a couple episodes into season 2.
Right. It was one of those things, for whatever reason, it was off-putting to me a little bit when it initially came out. Not through its a whole entire run. I enjoyed it towards the end, but I didn't jump on it. It wasn't, and I don't know if it was just age or whatever at the time. I didn't jump on it, but I do enjoy it.
One of the things about that kept me from it was, in general, I don't like cartoons.
Yeah.
I generally don't like them because they're generally made for children. And so I usually find the plots of them a little remedial, and I don't think they generally pay attention to the right thing. Like season 1 of Clone Wars has about 5 episodes that are all about how the droids are funny.
Yeah, and that shit's... But then you have to keep in the mind frame that it is for kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand it's for kids.
But and then saying that you don't like them, but at the same time it's cool. And I think I understand why you do like these series of Star Wars, because there's a mythos to them.
Yeah.
There's a mythos that you enjoy to follow, so that makes them enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm definitely finding a new appreciation for them, but there's still plenty of... like grown-worthy eye roll, like, this is a kid's show.
And then when you see a character before they speak, you're like, oh, shit.
Right.
I don't want to listen.
But like that episode that I pointed out to you a couple of weeks ago or last week, that was fucking serious.
Season 2, episode 19?
No, Season 1, episode 19.
Season 1, episode 19, Clone Wars. I can't remember what it was.
They were coming in to liberate the Twi'lek planet.
Yeah.
And like the battle in space over the planet was fucking serious.
It was cool. It was really cool.
And actually the 2 subsequent episodes when Obi-Wan lands and then shit goes, like, them are pretty tight too.
No, you're like, you gotta see this episode. So I was like, Disney Plus, boom, boom, boom. Dude, sweet. As soon as I was done, I got a hold of it. Yeah, and I didn't continue. Yep. I didn't continue on, but
episode 20 and 21 were pretty good.
Okay, I'll check them out. I've been trying to get with the because the Mothership, they had something they were talking about, having people get a hold of them for which episodes they should watch in general. What is the meat of Clone Wars? So I was like, well, I'm gonna do my own thing. What's the meat of Clone Wars? What am I missing? Right, so I went in there and I'm trying to catch up on. Because of the Mandalorian, I'm trying to find out a lot about Mandalore, and I'm finding those episodes. So that's been fun. Just I haven't been able to dig my claws into it, but I've caught an episode or two here. But they're sporadic and spread out through the entire course of it. So sometimes it's a little hard, and then keeping in that mind frame when you're doing it. So especially when I'm trying to do it, because sometimes I'm preoccupied with what I'm doing when I'm doing stuff.
Right,
so.
For sure. So then we got Joaquin Phoenix wins a Golden Globe for his performance in The Joker.
Yeah.
And guess who hasn't seen The Joker, everybody?
This guy.
That guy. Shame him.
Yeah.
Shame him now.
I know. I'll take all the shaming in the world. One, it's 3 little girls. So my time, and I don't go to the movies as often as you do. So when I go, like, I go see Star Wars 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I mean? I'll go take my kids. We'll go see the Avengers maybe once or twice, or maybe one of them wants to go. Like, I think me and Alyssa went and saw Spider-Man Homecoming twice, I think, if I remember correctly. So I don't go see every movie, but if there's a movie we enjoy, we're going to see it twice because, it wasn't Spider-Man Homecoming. It was Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
that movie.
Was fantastic. We
in the
do
theater,
a whole episode
we should, that. Because that movie was freaking great. Great. I really like that one. So if you haven't seen that, check it out.
I just bought a copy of The Joker. Just came out yesterday.
Holy shit! I could have had time. No, I wouldn't. I had no time.
So maybe sometime.
Yeah. Hold off that review.
Yeah,
and we'll review it together.
Yeah,
we'll do it for the next episode. We'll just do a small. We don't have to hit a whole note for note, but unless you want.
No, that'd be great.
We can go deep on it, but we can touch on it and share our opinions and thoughts.
We could do.
I've heard nothing but positive things. I've heard nothing but positive things about it, so I definitely want to check it out. I heard it actually changed the direction of how they're doing the Batman.
Yeah,
I heard that's changing its tone a little bit more to a little bit more realism and what have you.
But this is what I want to see. Okay, I want to see a sequel made to this, and I want to watch it told from the Joker's perspective. I want Batman to show up, but you never really see who he is. He just shows up, fucks up, the Joker's day, and then fucks off.
Right.
We don't need to know who Bruce Wayne is in this series or anything like that.
Yes. I would love that.
That would be great. And I don't think it's been done before.
No, that would be sweet. Because we've been around, I mean, you've been around. Batman is a staple of, like, American culture. So everybody knows the story of Batman and Superman and fucking Spider-Man. Like, we all know these stories. Yep. You have to tell the Iron Man story because not everybody knows the Iron Man story.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to tell the, what's the other DC dude? Aquaman. Not everybody knows the whole Aquaman. Right. I'm a fan of that, but I was never into Aquaman. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I know more about the MCU version, the movie version of Aquaman than I do
you mean the
DCU
version, right? Yeah. So.
Or Super Friends. I remember him from Super Friends, but like way cheesy. Like,
right. Yeah. The gold with the fucking orange and green. Like
Yeah, for sure. We found out some more about the Falcon and Winter Soldier series come out on Disney Plus. That's looking pretty good. That's going to be like a 7 or 8 episode miniseries. I'm
looking forward to it. I enjoyed the Falcon. I enjoyed Bucky Barnes. Matter of fact, I just watched the first Captain America, the first Avenger. Mm-hmm. Captain America, the first Avenger, just the other day, and I love that movie.
I tell you what,
I forgot how real but I love World War II era stuff. So
it's a good movie. But the first time I seen it was at a drive-in, and it was all super dark. And I literally went through, it was like, that was the movie they played at dusk or whatever. So I literally went through an hour and 45 minutes or whatever the hell it was.
Not me.
And it was almost a gray screen. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
That's awful. Oh my God,
it was bad.
Dude. That
So my initial impression of that movie was not good.
That sucks. I never was into Captain America. I don't know if it's growing up being a military brat, being in the military. There was just something, it was just like, oh, it's the military. That's kind of how I looked at him growing up. You know, it was just like, oh, that didn't do it. I wanted to see all the other cool characters that were so different from my perspective. You know, because the Captain America to me was always like, as a kid, I see Captain America every day on these bases and shit like that, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but, I really, watching it now, being older and stuff, I really love that movie. And I love World War II era. Mm-hmm. I have a weird obsession.
I came to really like it, on subsequent viewings, but I really kind of missed most of it. And the whole experience at that drive-in that night was bad because the next movie after that was whatever the Transformers movie was that came out at the exact same time. And, like, the whole top of the screen was missing, so, like, Optimus would be standing there, but he'd have no head.
Oh, that's so pissed,
it was fucking rubbish, dude.
That's awful, dude. That's garbage.
All right, moving on. Another segment that we're gonna work in is at least one episode a month. What's coming out in the coming month as far as video games go. I'm gonna
video games that interest us. We can hit every one of them.
I'm gonna kind of stick to AAA titles because I personally am not into those B-side games.
I don't get in a lot of indie games and stuff. There's a couple that come out, like a Rocket League or something. And I don't even know if that was indie, but it came out on the dashboard. And I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yep. Those games in general, I kind of stay away from. And, for January, there's nothing on the list that's even going to move me. February though, Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out, and that's all up in my business. But
I like the art of Final Fantasy of that world, but I don't get into it.
There's
I don't knock it.
Oh, you know what isn't on the list for entertainment news that I gotta fucking talk about?
Yeah.
After the success of The Witcher, they're working on a live action Zelda series.
Somebody caught me up and said that that's not real.
No.
Did you look?
The one that I saw today was from a legit source.
I'd be very intrigued.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people who hit up on when I posted about that today, and I know a lot of people were like, "I've been waiting. I hope, I hope." So that'd be cool.
I think I took a screenshot of who was writing about it. MovieWeb.com. They're usually pretty accurate. So, I mean, we'll see.
And if it doesn't happen, I mean, it's something to get excited for,
Yeah, nobody's gonna stab me if it doesn't happen. But
right.
I was excited to hear that. And that Witcher series is amazing.
Yeah.
Moving on to games. If you're into Monster Hunter World, there's a new expansion pack coming out. As far as I know right now, it's just coming out on PC. The Iceborne comes out actually tomorrow. New monsters, new areas. If you're into that game, you would know.
That. Yeah, I know.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I have no idea.
My son would probably know about that. I don't. But I know some people who get, a lot of people are into different animes. Mm-hmm. And
I think I'm both too old and too young for Dragon Ball Z.
Right. I don't know though, man. It's a hit. Like, I think some of it's pretty neat. I'm a fan of the art and the aesthetic of it. I love a lot of the look of it, but
right.
I've never followed it.
See,
it was never my thing.
My problem is it's anime, but it looks more like a modern cartoon. I like the old Japanese anime.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
But I don't much care for what's going on there.
I get what you mean.
It just didn't hit me, and I never paid any attention. Another game coming out, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Windows. Journey to Savage Planet. That's coming out on the 28th. I guess that's you're an explorer. You get dropped on a planet. You got a little bit of tools and whatnot. You explore this planet, catalog what you find out, and try and determine whether or not the rest of the human race can move there. It looks kind of cool. It looks real colorful, maybe a little cartoony. I didn't get into it too far, but You know what game I got into because it was free on Xbox Gold, and it's so much fun in it. I would have never bought it. It was free, so I got John. He's like, "Hey man, this is free on Gold. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun." So I picked it up. Jurassic World Evolution. Oh, I heard about that.
It's Jurassic Park meets SimCity. Mm-hmm. It's like being in middle school playing SimCity at the library or something.
Oh, okay.
It's so much fun, dude. You just sit there and you create dinosaurs and make this park and fences. And I know it wasn't on your list, but if you got Xbox, it might still be free on there. If not, if you find it for a couple bucks used, it's a whole hell of a lot of fun, man. It'll keep you playing for hours just sitting there.
Scott says he's been playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Yeah.
I've never been into those games.
I got into the Ghost Recon when it first came out. I did the beta, bought the game, but then I just kind of fell off of it. It just I fell off. It was like that in the Division. I played the Division hardcore for a couple weeks, and then it kind of fell off for me. It just kind of felt the same.
Very like Call of Duty style FPS.
No,
a lot of sneaking around.
More sneaking around, but it's not first person like that. It's more third person, and a lot of overhead view. Well, I mean that is third person, but I wouldn't say it's Call of Duty. Oh, okay. I would say it's far removed from Call of Duty.
It's just not my style. I guess maybe I don't like mock war games.
Fair enough.
And I think that's where I'm all about alien fucking shoot 'em up.
I'm the complete opposite. I like mock war games. I don't like shoot 'em up, but Star Wars is shoot 'em up sci-fi as I get.
Right. Okay. See, Star Wars is just about like Battlefront is just too much Call of Duty.
For
not
you,
enough
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I get you. I get you. You're waiting for you need to play Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, eventually I definitely do.
You really do.
I'm 2 games deep already, and I got
Scott. Have you been playing? Have you played Jedi Fallen Order yet? I know that's gonna take a little bit. Hit us up in the chat, man.
Tyler is supposed to bring that to me so I can play it, but
yeah, well you'll have to hit him up.
Do so. Maybe I should return his Spider-Man game, and maybe
then he'll be like, yeah, well, 1 for 1, buddy.
I'll probably remember because I brought it up. And then if you're a Warcraft gamer, I guess they remade the original Warcraft. So now Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is like a reskinning and reimagining of the original Warcraft game. They've been doing that with a
lot of games lately.
I don't so much mind it if they do a good job.
If they do a good job, right? Don't tarnish it and don't change shit.
Right.
I hate it when they change the rules and everything.
They did that. PlayStation did that a couple years ago with the Ratchet Clank game.
Scott said Jedi Order. He said a little bit. It's on my PS4, which I haven't turned on since before Christmas.
Yeah, that new Ratchet Clank game was a lot of fun. So, and that's all that was a reimagining of the original.
Yeah, just sprucing it up, making it look pretty.
You want to talk about your book? I'm done with news.
Oh yeah, my brothers got me this Ultimate Star Wars new edition, and this, I don't know how much you can see, but it gets into everything, like Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't put it up here maybe. Like Qui-Gon Jinn. There's so much. Captain Rex. Let me get out of. These are people. Here's characters from Rebels. Just some Admiral Raddus. Get a little bit of talking about him. Just different people. It gets into planets, droids, ships. Yeah, here's Tatooine, and it's a few pages full, and it's just got so much information.
It's just ridiculous.
There's so much information in here. So we're gonna keep this hanging around. Get this: if you're a fan of Star Wars, you don't have to be a fan of prequels, sequels. If you're just a fan of one portion of the Star Wars, there's so much information in here.
Yeah, it's a huge reference guide. There's everything's, and there's actually an index in the back so you can like speed look stuff up.
Yeah, so if you're looking for something specific, so we're gonna keep this around. So if we ever have to go to the notes, go to the Bible.
It's the Star Wars Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, it's the everything. This is the internet of the Star Wars.
Jimmy Christensen, I'm just a fan of you, Brady Lovin.
I'm a fan of you, Jim Balls. I love you, buddy.
All right.
Oh, that's fucking great.
That being done,
that's an old military buddy of mine.
Yeah.
We went to tech school together. We used to we're the international Gatorade bottle throwing champions of the world.
Really?
We could throw a Gatorade bottle from probably one side of the hangar to the other. When we were in tech school, our instructor used to always leave all the fucking time. Jesus, me and Jimmy would just sit there, lean back in chairs with empty Gatorade bottles and just spiral Gatorade bottles across the fucking classroom and shit. And just for no reason, we were fucking good at it, dude. We were fucking good at it. It was awesome.
So we're gonna go ahead and brush through the 8 chapters of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And kind of, just kick around what we liked, what we didn't like real fast. So bear with me as I try and direct us through an episode.
We're gonna do it. We'll get there together.
Chapter 1, The Mandalorian, directed by Dave Filoni. This all starts 5 years after Jedi. And the first thing we see is we see the Mando getting into a bar fight over a mark.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Dude, the dude who started that fucking fight was an MMA fighter.
Was he?
I don't know who he is because I'm not that tight with MMA, but he's an MMA fighter.
Nice.
So he's been trying to get into acting, and he got into fucking acting.
The blue guy that was the bounty.
Mm-hmm.
I
know who he was.
I guess he used to be on Saturday Night Live.
Horatio Sands.
Horatio Sands, yeah.
That was cool. Not as cool as the one you're going to get to, but that was still cool.
You know, we got all kinds of cool stuff, like the fight where he throws the boa rope around the dude's foot and yanks him through the door and cuts him in half. I
like how the door kind of struggled for a second. Like,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Got him.
I love it. Yeah. That's fucking great.
He's going home in 2 pieces. Then we get a interesting taxi scene.
We're going to get to her. Don't worry, Jason.
We find out that the Mando fucking hates droids. And then we see Brian Posehn driving a taxi, and he was awesome.
I was so fucking excited when he showed up. I fist pumped the air. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen his stand-up where he loses his shit over the prequels, it's fucking fantastic.
He's hysterical, dude.
Yeah, he's funny, and he's in a lot of shit, and I've always enjoyed, like, damn near every fucking character he's played.
Right.
He's fucking fun.
Right. So, old boy shows back up to drop off the blue dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to gloss over all the blue dude pooping, trying to poop, and...
faking the funk, just trying to get out. He was just trying to be a weasel.
Anyway, he got frozen in carbonite. And I kind of glossed over that. It was sweet. Mando has a carbonite freezing chamber in the bottom of his ship.
This is the way.
It's the way.
So, sure. It seems, but from information I've gathered through the interwebs and other things, it seems like that wasn't an abnormal process. The where and how they were doing it on Cloud City is what made it different. Because they were trying to set up something that was set up for something completely different.
Well, we're like 7 years after the human trials.
Well, no, because we're Empire Strikes Back. They freeze Han Solo and Carbonite. And what? It's 5 years between Empire and... Yeah. So you're talking 10 years after 12 years after the fact that we first see that. So, still, nonetheless... cool as shit. Right. Agreed. Absolutely. Agreed. And the fact is, he's stacking bodies.
Right. He's got 4 of them down there.
He's stacking bodies.
He's about ready to get paid.
He's getting super paid.
What's going on, Keith?
He's cashing checks. What up, Keith? Layman's Terms, baby. Check him out. Check out our man, Keith.
So then
Layman's Terms on YouTube. Sorry, I got to interrupt you.
We go back to the...
It's fucking important.
Bro.
Dude.
Don't dude me, bro.
Don't bro me, dude.
All right. We meet Grief Karga, played by Carl Weathers on Navarro.
I love you, Keith.
And, you know, I got to say right up front, Carl Weathers is a good actor, but he went, like, full Shakespearean on this shit, and I a lot of times I needed him to just back it off.
I enjoyed his character.
Did you?
I
didn't not like it, but it was just so... Mando, we have to talk about all the things. And you're like, dude, be a little more of a human being, would you?
I don't know. I guess I never felt that. Fair enough. I mean, to each their own, right? But I enjoyed Carl. Because I'm just used to Carl Weathers from fucking Predator and Rocky. You know what I mean? Like,
but he didn't do that
and
in
Chubbs
Predator.
from Happy Gilmore.
Right. So it was a specific choice he made for that character. It just seemed really like...
There were points where he...
Yeah. It was community theater, but he was doing it on purpose.
You know what I'm thinking in my head? The one thing I'm thinking of...
No.
Every time now, that's all I fucking think of.
Carl Weathers. Do the magic hand thing, baby. All right. Mando takes an under-the-table target, so he's got to go meet the client. So we kind of get to see... the streets in Navarro really gave us that real Star Wars-y feel.
We don't know this is Navarro. Have you? You didn't make that?
It tells us later.
Yeah, later it does.
That they're on Navarro.
Yeah. Right off grip, we don't know it's Navarro. No. I was trying to figure that shit out for the longest time. So I don't want you to give yourself too much credit here.
I'm just assuming that everybody's seen it. I guess we didn't say spoilers. Spoilers, everybody.
Well.
But it's going to be all spoilery all over your neck and chest the rest of the time.
I'm not saying spoilers, dude. Look, how long has that been out? The last episode...
Came out the week before Christmas.
Right.
Came out the 18th.
So fuck off, dude. If you haven't seen it, there's no reason I should have to say spoilers.
Fair enough.
We're talking about episode 1.
Right.
So if we keep going and you haven't seen it and you keep listening from this point, you're dumb.
It's on you.
Yeah, you're dumb.
The client was played by...
Please don't watch our show if you're that person. I'm fucking serious.
Don't be that geek.
Yeah, don't be stupid. I don't do dumb people, man. I'm sorry.
They got to be smart if you're going to do them?
Yeah. I need a little bit of intelligence when I'm doing it.
The client was played by Werner Herzog. Like, holy shit, is this guy a good actor?
Fuck yeah. And he's a director, dude. Like,
Right.
he's a thespian, bro.
Right.
He's a jack of all
A
trades.
lesbian?
Probably. And he's probably fucking good at it.
Could be. Don't get tongue-tied. He tells us it's a marks like a 50-year-old.
That's what she said.
You know, gives him bullshit information to try and
Do you think it was
down.
bullshit? Or do you think he was giving him legitimately what he knew?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, yeah, probably what he knew, or it was bullshit?
Yeah, probably what he knew, but it was still bullshit.
Fucking ridiculous.
Here's no information. Go find me a thing.
A man of your talents.
Yeah.
I don't know why he sounded like that. That's not how he sounded.
It's like sending you into the grocery store and saying, I need something in a yellow casing that's mushy. And you got to figure out, I want a banana.
I went mustard.
See? There we have it.
Mine makes more sense.
Yeah, sure it does.
Because yours could be green.
It could be.
I'm just saying.
You
say potato, I say watermelon.
We see that there's a kind of a dock hanging around in the background that kind of protects the baby. And he appears to be a cloner. But that's never readdressed. But he's got all the markings from Camino.
Yeah. But who knows if we'll get back to it. And you know what? If we don't find out, if I don't need to specifically know about his character.
Right.
I really don't. If that's what we're led to believe, and nobody's sitting here saying, well, you're not wrong, but you're not right. And I'm good with that.
I have a feeling he's coming back in season 2.
I hope so. But I'm just saying, if I don't need to know that part. I'm already sold on what's going on.
So then after Mando gets a little piece of Beskar, you know, like a prepayment for the job, we meet his clan under the city. And then we find the armorer, played by Emily Swallow, and I cannot believe that they wanted to put a mask on that girl.
Yeah.
She's
stunning.
She's
a smoke show. She's good. She's a good looking lady.
Stunning.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. I don't know what you said.
He said the sound quality is good.
Oh, good.
So thanks, buddy.
So Mando kind of gets the last known coordinates on where the baby's at. Well, we'll find out it's the baby. He flies there, meets Quill.
If there was a spoilers thing at all,
Yeah.
totally fucking out the fucking.
Oh yeah, we're laying it down. Nick Nolte's playing Quill, and you know, believe it or not, like when I first heard his voice, I'm like, oh, that's gonna ruin it for me. I like Nick Nolte. The way he sounds like anything but Nick fucking Nolte.
Right. No, but
really quick. Yeah.
No, I don't. When I hear that voice, I don't hear Nick Nolte. I hear Quill.
And he lays that "I have spoken" line on you, and you're like, well, fuck, I'm sold.
Yeah, right. And it wasn't cheesy.
No.
And they used it appropriately the entire time he used that phrase.
Yeah.
I thought it was done well.
Yep.
Just like, I'm not going to say it because we haven't said it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he used it when it was necessary, and it never... when it was supposed to be funny, it was funny.
Yeah.
It never got to where like, oh, this is hysterical every time.
Uh-huh.
It was like, no, motherfucker, this
is... I've spoken.
I have spoken. We're fucking it up.
This is what's happening.
Doing it live. Mothership taught us well.
Quill agrees to help him out because basically he's sick of bounty hunters coming to find his fucking baby.
Basically.
Mando learns how to ride some Sharkticon looking thing.
What?
You don't remember the Sharkticons?
No.
From the Transformers movie?
No, I don't.
Oh, bro. You're going to have to look that shit up.
No, I was thinking of the rollerblading shark cartoon that was like a ripoff of Battletoads.
Oh, yeah. Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. That's what they kind of look like to me.
Tisha said they looked like sperm with teeth. I thought that shit was funny.
No, that's frightening. Yeah. God.
So they get together.
I guess a woman would think like that. You'd be like, get that devil shit the fuck away from me.
Yeah, get it the fuck away from me. So they bail out to go find the compound. We run into IG-11, played by Taika Waititi. Watiti.
Watiti for a titty?
Wakia, I could.
Yeah, I want to lick your titty.
Ikea.
Take I want to lick your titty.
Which, and you know, and they had this super badass gunfight, super enjoyable. At this point, we're like 3/4 of the way into the episode, and I'm like, I'm sold. I'll watch the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, dude, where I was fucking completely sold is when he walked into the fucking room with Werner Herzog and the stormtroopers.
Yeah. It was legit right then.
Right then, dude, I was like, because like, yo, these dudes ain't clean. This is gritty. Did you notice they all kind of had like, they were like emaciated. They were kind of like skinny ass.
And they weren't standing like stormtroopers.
No,
they were standing like, dude, I will fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Not in the mood for this.
I ain't ate yet. I haven't had a shower in a couple of days.
Yep.
Dude, that was the moment for me in this show. Sorry to interrupt you, but I had to. Yeah, dude.
So he keeps threatening to blow himself up, and that shit's funny as fuck.
That was hysterical.
And then we go into the next room. We find Baby Yoda. Fucking IG-11's like, I'm gonna fucking kill it.
And I hope they get into more into that, because that was one thing I never understood, is why IG-11 was to kill it, and he's like, no, we don't have to.
I don't think IG-11 was sent by the client.
I never looked at it.
I think you've got different parts,
different factions of.
Yep.
Different Moffs, different Imperials, or just different...
I'm led to believe that this whole thing is put on by the Emperor now that we know about him being in Exegol.
So who's my bad motherfucker who's gonna bring me this baby? I got you.
I think he wants to do tests on the baby.
That. Yeah, I'm with that.
So he probably...
As there's that connection. Right. I can see that connection.
As Palpatine normally did, he believed in redundancy.
Yeah.
So he probably sent out a bunch of different...
Fuck yeah, dude.
With different goals.
He ain't dumb.
Yeah. Well, so Mando's like, no, fuck that. Puts a bullet in his head.
That was awesome.
That was cool. Chapter 2, The Child.
Hold up. Right off grip. Because it's something you've never seen before. They didn't take the dude's fucking helmet off.
No.
Like, as an actor, like, they're like, hey, we want you to play this role. We're gonna pay. Nobody's gonna ever see your face.
Right.
Like all our promotional work, nobody's ever gonna see your face. Like almost 45-minute episode, never took it off.
Right.
You heard him talk a few times. He probably made less than a paragraph worth of words.
Yeah, he didn't say a whole lot.
He didn't say a whole lot, dude. And I was fucking sold, man. I was like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and that was something we talked about in one of our Escape Pod shorts before the series came out. Mm-hmm. Sell it to me, man. If you're not gonna say, and I'm not gonna see your face, you need to emote. Perfect, dude.
He knew what.
Perfect.
You knew what he was feeling just by the way he was moving his head.
Yep. You could tell when he was comfortable, when he was like all the emotions were perfectly read. Perfectly read.
Yeah. Dude is a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I didn't, not a Game of Thrones guy, so I didn't follow him from that world. I might go check out Game of Thrones, man. Shit, because he did his thing, man.
Right. Jason watches Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well,
we're already 45 minutes into this episode. We better beat feet.
Hurry up.
All right. Yeah, me. Chapter 2, The Child, directed
by... Dude, I like long episodes.
I know.
And if these people don't, man, that's awful.
Directed by Rick Famuyiwa. Famuyiwa.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah. Mando has to fight a group of bounty hunters on his way to the ship. They kind of catch him in a fucking canyon, I guess. That was kind of cool. It was a good fight.
Fuck yeah. They were Trandosians.
And that's the first time we saw Mando fire his gun and fucking absolutely dissolve a motherfucker.
Yeah, that was... Where'd you go? Nope, not here. Where did he go? Where did he go? You know what? One thing that was cool is I liked before that happened was with the little lizard things. Like what is this? Like,
oh, sure.
Because, you know, the Force and everything like that. I like that little touch. I don't know. It was just cool for me.
Mm-hmm. He gets back to his ship, finds out that the Jawas are stripping that motherfucker for parts.
More than parts, dude. They're like, we're taking this shit to recycling. Yep.
He runs them off, and then he has to go...
Those are the kind of motherfuckers that take cans from one state that you can't recycle and take them to another state and recycle that shit.
Yeah, he does.
Sons of bitches.
So then he chases the sandcrawler, starts climbing up the side of it, fucking ripping Jawas out the window and shit.
That was another point in the thing. I was like, I am so sold, man. This is fucking awesome.
This dude is hardcore. He's like, And
as a parent, I wanted the little Baby Yoda carrier thing.
Yeah.
I need that in my life.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I don't even have... my kids can all walk, but I still need that. That's necessary.
Right. Yep.
Where the fuck do you get that?
He gets to the top, and the Jawas blow him off the top with one of their little shotguns.
You fucking blow, and he just...
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Quill helps him negotiate a deal to get his shit back. He's got to go get an egg. Goes into that cave.
Did you get the giant fucking Cadbury egg?
Yeah, giant Cadbury egg. Gets his ass kicked by a rhino-looking thing called a mudhorn.
That thing was dope as hell, though.
It was badass.
That shit was cool.
This is like the third time we see Mando just getting the fucking piss beat out of him.
When you see that, I want to see that thing do a one-on-one fight with the thing from Attack of the Clones, the Rake.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see those things go head-to-head in a fucking battle royale.
That would be sweet.
That would be awesome.
So the Mudhorn's beating the living piss out of him. Baby Yoda levitates him, saves his ass. He stabs a thing in the neck.
I didn't notice it. I had to have this... somebody pointed this out. I think it was maybe a YouTube person or something like that. His vibroblade.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that in my first viewing, how that shit was vibrating all fast and quick.
Yep.
And then I started noticing it when weapons got drawn later. I started looking for that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. That was actually the first time we ever saw a vibro anything.
Yeah. So for people out there who didn't know, if you watch that, his knife, it shakes really fast.
Undulates.
Yeah. What?
Undulates.
Oh, I won't use big words like that. And if I do, I'm probably not using them right.
Quill helps Mando rebuild his ship. Mando tries to get him to come with him, and he's like, no, I'm done being a fucking slave.
And fucking Quill threw some fucking shade at his ass,
yeah.
too. He's like, yo, we can get this shit done if you help me.
Right.
It's like, stop your whining and bitching, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. I want you to get the fuck off my planet.
Quill, don't take
no shit! Chapter 3, The Sin, directed by Deborah Chow. Mando...
At this point, this becomes my favorite episode of the season.
Yeah?
This one. Episode 3.
This is a good one.
This becomes my favorite episode thus far of the season.
Mando delivers the child, gets the 20 blocks of Beskar.
You counted them?
No, it's just what I read on the internet. He gets his armor upgrade. He gets a cuirass.
Hold on. Scott said, hey, you missed that we get to see inside the sandcrawler where the drivers sit.
Oh, yeah, that was badass.
And then he bonked his head. That was really fucking funny.
Yep. I did forget about that.
Touche, Scott.
Sorry, Scott.
Good call, brother.
So he gets a new cuirass. And then he says, make sure to save some Beskar for the foundlings. So this is the first time we really get an idea that maybe he's got a soft spot for something.
Right.
Of course, we find out why later. We get a big flashback of him essentially being a foundling.
How he kind of comes to.
About
the beginning of how he comes to. Which we don't know at this point if that's him.
Right.
But it starts painting the picture that this is him.
Right. We see that his village got overrun by super battle droids.
Separatists. Yeah, super battle droids. They were separate from the separatists.
Yep. So that's going to come back into play at some point. Like, he's going to have a specific attitude about the Empire.
Well, and then that's also where he gets his attitude towards droids. Which is this is the episode we find out is why he hates droids. Because these droids slaughtered all his people and his family and fucking awful.
Yep. Mando takes on a new mark.
Jason agreed. He said third was his favorite.
Was it?
At this point. This isn't my favorite. Yeah. At this point.
At this point, it was my favorite.
Yeah.
But there's definitely one I enjoyed more later. He takes on a new mark. Then he gets ready to bail, and he just can't. So then he kind of gets ready to go.
Scopes out the joint.
Yeah, gets the baby. Makes short work of all the troopers and whatnot.
This is where I knew the Mando was fucking Batman.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody knew that at this point.
Yeah.
I fucking figured it out.
Yeah,
the Mando's fucking Batman.
Yep.
I said it. So when it's all coming out to fruition, and it's right here. You heard it first on the Escape Pod. Big Lovin Mando's fucking Batman.
So he gets the baby and he takes off.
He's not fucking Batman. The Mando is Batman. Just to be clear, the Mando and Batman aren't fucking. Don't worry about that. Keep going.
I totally thought that. No, I didn't. All right. The Mando gets ambushed on his way out of town. Pretty much the entire guild comes after him.
All the motherfuckers.
Yep. So, they have a sweet ass gunfight, and then.
Yo, hold on. And then he goes to the fucking droid. Drive. Drive! And the fucker was like, boop, I'm out.
Yeah. And then, all the Mandos show up.
That was awesome.
Jetpacks, heavy Vulcan fucking guns, and it was nuts.
That was something in, like...
It was the kind of shit
so Star Wars. Like, that was like playing with your action figures.
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I was gonna say. It was the kind of shit that you set up in your fucking yard
with your friends.
Fucking Mando action figures coming in,
and it was because that's what it was. Because the whole guild would be every other fucking garbage GI Joe Ninja Turtle figure you had, and you'd be like, "Yo, we're all going against you guys."
Yep.
Oh absolutely. Man, that was so epic.
Badass.
That was so epic. Man. That whole fight was fantastic.
Right. The other Mandos are all pretty much like, hey, we're going to have a up and move, but fuck it, this is the way.
This is the way, man.
And
Karga meets up with them.
Yep.
And then Mando does him a solid. Shoots him in the Beskar because he knows that's bulletproof or laser-proof or whatever, phaser. I don't know what you call it. It's proof.
Then we move on to Chapter 4.
Hell yeah.
Sanctuary.
What up, Tyler?
This one was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. That's Ron Howard's daughter.
She was from Jurassic World.
She's a bit of a smoke show as well. Mando finds a planet that he seems like it's going to be a good place to hide out. When he gets there, he goes to a cantina and he runs into Cara Dune, Gina Carrara's Carano. These words are hard. And as Tyler said, and Jason jumped the gun on, she is a smoke show. Just absolutely amazing.
It's true. That is a woman.
She's the kind of woman that could throw you over her shoulder and take you upstairs.
I need to go upstairs.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I wouldn't tap out or nothing. Anyway.
She'd kill you.
She leaves the bar. Mando tracks her down. They have a big MMA-style fight in the alleyway. And then she pretty much tells Mando, hey, you need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, this is my spot.
Yeah. This is where I'm hiding out.
Beat feet and get the fuck out.
Yep. So basically he gets ready to up and leave, and some locals show up to hire the Mando.
He wasn't having it.
He wasn't having it at first until they were like, no, we got this settlement like way far away.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody going to find you. You're going to be good.
So he's like thinking he's going to be able to hide out there. So then he grabs Cara Dune and is like, look, help me do this job. You can keep the money and I'll just, stay in the wilderness or whatever with these people. Hide out.
Yeah. Meets old girl. They go back to the village. Meet old girl with their daughter.
Meet homegirl.
Find out about his taking helmet shit off. Can't be doing that.
Yep. Find out he hasn't taken his helmet off in front of a human or a living being
since he was a little boy.
Yep.
From that, they go scouting out. Him and Cara Dune go scouting out to see what's good in the hood out in the woods, and that's when they catch wind of these tracks of this ATST.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, we didn't sign up for this. This is a bad mofo. So they go back, tell the village, yo, we're out.
Yep.
And the village was like, what? So
basically the villagers are like, dude, you can't leave us like this. And then so that they're going to train the villagers how to fight off these assholes with their ATST. And the whole thing kind of reminded me of the movie The Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Like it was like flat out that was the Three Amigos plot.
If somebody had done the thing, I'd have lost it, man. That'd have been fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, that'd have been so.
So they take out the ATST, in a big ass fight. That was pretty well directed and a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I like the menacing look they gave it with the extra guns on the side of the head
and the red eyes.
And the red eyes. Yep. That was dope. I was visually. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then Mando is like, look, I gotta go so that I can kind of draw fire away from where the baby's at. Will you take care of him? This will be a sweet place for him to grow up. And then some bounty hunter in the woods takes a shot at the baby, or gets ready to take a shot at the baby. Cara Dune blows his fucking head off.
Yeah, she's like, he looked like the dude from A New Hope that narcs out Chewie and Han.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like, I don't know if that's a species or whatever, but they look very similar.
Right. Yep.
So observation.
Mando snatches up Baby Yoda and they bail. Chapter 5, The Gunslinger. Directed by Dave Filoni. This is not my favorite episode by far. This is probably my least favorite.
Really?
Of them all.
Really?
And I mean the beginning of it got me super excited, but the rest of the episode is just like, oh, this doesn't move the story along.
It didn't move the story, and I didn't care for the kid he meets up with.
Right,
dude.
Right.
He was kind of. I didn't really care for him.
Toro Calician is the guy's name, not the actor's name, but the character's name.
Character, right?
The episode starts off with a space dogfight. Mando pulls some air brake shit, and then blows the dude out of the sky for using his tagline.
When you seen that, did you not think that was a Naboo cruiser? Or
first I did.
I did at first, and then it started. But
some of the other angles kind of gave it away.
It had a very. I wonder if that was purposely done.
It very well. The idea very well may have been that it was made by maybe the same shipbuilders.
Yeah,
but not particularly part of the Royal Nubian line.
Yeah, we're right. Nubian. Yes.
So Mando's got to make an emergency landing because oh boy fucked his shit up. So he goes to land on this what looks like a desert planet. Guy comes over the radio, is like, oh, you have permission to land, Mos Eisley, Hangar Bay, whatever it was.
34 or some shit. Not 34 because it wasn't a Ford.
I'm pretty sure it was the same bay that the Millennium Falcon landed in.
That's in 94.
Was it?
Yep.
You sure it wasn't the same one?
Positive.
All right. Well, fuck. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, that's fine. I'm just positive it's not. I don't know which one it was, but positive.
Okay. She runs into this mechanic that looks like Rhea Perlman.
She looks like a cross between Rhea Perlman and fucking Sigourney Weaver from Aliens.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I could think. It was like a miniature fucking Sigourney Weaver from Aliens.
She was not my favorite, but actually, after I watched that episode a couple of times, I was like, "Oh, I guess."
I like that chick right from the get. I enjoyed her character. She was fun.
She grew on me for sure.
And I loved her little dipshit droids.
Oh,
they were fun.
The pit droids are always fun.
The pit droids, yeah, they're always been fun. Like at Star Tours, they have the pit droids when you're watching.
Yeah.
Before you board and stuff, they're fun.
She goes into the canteen, or he goes into the cantina because he's got to make some money to pay for all the fucking repairs that this clown
caused on
his ship. What's the name of that ship again?
The Razor Crest.
Razor Crest. He runs into Toro Calician. He's an up and coming bounty hunter trying to get into the guild.
Yeah, he's a try.
So apparently the job that the kids got is to go get this other bounty hunter, Fennec Shand. So the deal they work out is, well, you get the credit, I get the money.
Right.
Everybody's cool.
Tells him, you go get me 2 speeders, meet me in 30 minutes. We're going to beat feet, get to work.
So they're off to the desert. They run into some Tusken Raiders. They have a pretty comical exchange with them. Then they get to where old girl's at. She takes a couple pot shots at him, and they're like, oh, fuck, she's got the high ground.
Make the high ground reference. It had to be done.
Fucking perfect joke. They wait till nightfall, bum rush her, use some kind of flare gun thing.
That was sweet, though. That visually, I like that. That was cool.
She blows up one of their speeders. Mando's kind of laying on his back, and then he stands up and takes a couple shots so the other kid can, sneak up on her or whatever. Long story short, they kind of capture her, lock her up a little bit, but they're a speeder down, so Mando's got to go walk off and get a bantha.
No, was it a bantha?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I believe you.
So...
I don't think it was a bantha, it was a lizard thing.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You can believe whatever you want.
So while he's gone, old girl talks.
She tries to fucking. She's just trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah, try to pull a fast one.
And then
lets him know that he's got Baby Yoda, and that's a way better mark than she is.
And
which was dumb because he blew a fucking hole in her chest.
I don't need you. I'm done.
And then he hauls ass over to the
Tyler
shipyard.
Said it was a bantha, so
it was a bantha.
I guess you guys are right. I'm wrong.
I told you.
I guess I thought the banthas were what the fucking Tusken Raiders rode on.
Yes.
Yeah, but the dude wasn't hanging from a bantha. He was hanging from a dewback. Bitches. Suck it. You and Tyler can kiss my ass.
Damn it.
Both of you can fuck off.
It might have been a dewback.
It was. Sons of bitches.
Oh. Damn it, Tyler. You did me wrong.
You did yourself wrong.
Mando takes a couple shots so homeboy can apprehend old girl. She talks him into double crossing Mando.
Yeah, we already passed that.
Yeah, I'm just catching myself up.
Oh, okay, good. Because he shoots, remember?
Yep. So then he goes back to the hangar to get Baby Yoda and
old boy's there.
And double cross Mando. Mando shows up, uses the flashy thing on him, blows a hole in the side of his head.
That was cool.
Yep.
You're what did she say? You're braver than I thought.
Yep.
Or you're stupider. I can't remember what it was. I love that lady. She was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. She was fun. Yeah, she really, like I said, she really grew on me. So then at the end of the episode, we get a little clip where there's a mysterious figure that kind of rolls up on the dead bounty hunter, and we don't really know who it is.
I think from the things I've heard Moff Gideon, which we find out later.
That's what I thought it was, Moff Gideon.
You heard your cousin.
Yep, today, Cad Bane.
Cad Bane. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
If you followed any of the other comic books, Rebels,
but I gotta tell you, I don't like Cad Bane.
No, I'm not a fan of his either, but I like connective tissue.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be Luke Skywalker, Han Solo connective tissue.
Right. I'm in for a penny in for a pound, but in Clone Wars, I don't like that character.
No, I'm not a big fan of his either, but I can see there's a lot of people who are.
Right.
But I would like to see him in that more mature live audience, because I think his character could breathe a little bit more in that world and that realm versus a kid's television or a kid's cartoon, so that'll be interesting.
Chapter 6, The Prisoner, directed by Rick Famuyiwa.
Jason said Cad Bane does fit that Western theme with
the
hat and everything. I could see it. That would be and the dust jacket and shit. Yep. That would be a good look. So
it's an interesting what do you call it? Hypothesis, for lack of a better way to describe it. All right, The Prisoner. Mando shows up at a space station.
Chapter 6, by the way.
I said that.
You just said The Prisoner.
I know, but I said it again.
Okay, fuck off, go.
Mando shows up at a space station to meet his old buddy, pick up a job, I guess.
Dude from Batman.
Yes.
And fucking Sons of Anarchy.
Yep.
I like that dude. He's cool.
Something about the Razor
He just
Crest.
looks like a scumbag, too. When you see him, you're like, you're going to try to fuck something up.
Shit. Yeah.
What are you doing, you scumbag?
You're cheating on your wife with some fucking nasty bitch from the bar.
Oh, and she stinks. We smell her from 2 stools over.
basically he needs the Razor Crest capabilities.
Because he's got a bad fucking ship.
Yep.
His ship.
It's a bad ship.
It's pre-Empire.
Yep.
So
it's got no signature, so they can't track it.
Nope.
It's kind of off the grid.
No LoJack.
No LoJack. So they get this kind of ragtag bunch of people. This dude Mayfield, played by Bill Burr,
which was fucking awesome.
Was fucking awesome. Some crazy Twi'lek bitch, a Devronian named Berg,
which we saw one of those in the cantina in A New Hope.
Yep. But just a massive species.
And the dude who plays him, apparently has been in a lot of Star Wars cartoons. He's done a lot of voice acting in a lot of different Star Wars stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Yep. And then a droid, Q90. And I think they just called him Zero for short.
Yeah, they call him Zero.
But
or Z. They call him Z.
And the same kind of droid as Forlom was.
Yeah, he was badass. I like the look of him. That was cool looking droid.
Yep.
I liked his personality too. He's kind of a fucking smart
And he flies like a lunatic.
Yeah.
So they get on the this prison ship, and they fight off all the droids. Fucking Mando proves he's a badass again,
which we knew.
Bill Burr starts walking around with fucking shoulder lasers,
Predator style.
That was cool as hell. They get to the control room. Some nutsack sitting there is not even supposed to be there today, which is basically a Clerks reference.
Fuck up. Which I was gonna bring up something Star Wars related, but you went Kevin Smith, Clerks. That's cool. That was Matt Lanner, who plays the voice of Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars.
See, I didn't know that.
Yep. So there you go.
So I guess it's important that he's there, but he's not supposed to be there.
It's important I'm here. It's not really important he's there, because if he wasn't there, who would give a shit?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Because I'm here. Touche, my friend.
But on the way to dying...
Is that what you just said? Fuck that guy.
He activates a homing beacon. So basically, they know that security forces are going to be rolling in pretty fast.
Right.
Rebel security forces. So they go get the Twi'lek's brother, let him out. They toss a Mando in because it was a double cross. Nobody saw that coming. Mando fucking rips the arm off a droid and opens the door for himself.
That shit was cool.
It was cool. And then the Mando basically hunts them all down.
Yeah, that was dope, man.
And you get that scene, that alien style scene where he's sneaking up behind Bill Burr
with the light when the shit was strobing. That was intense. That was cool.
That whole scene is ripped off from Aliens.
I don't care. It was still cool.
It was still badass.
It was still but there don't call it ripping off. Paying homage, man.
Yeah,
you're paying homage.
Paying homage.
Because it worked.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved every minute of it.
It was sweet.
So after that, Mando pops up on the Razor Crest and
blast old boy when fucking Baby Yoda's like,
yeah, Z was sneaking up on Baby Yoda.
Like,
Baby Yoda was like, holy shit. That was badass.
That was funny.
So then Mando takes that male Twi'lek, old girl's brother, Z. No, her name was Z.
No.
XIZ.
No. Whatever.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Or she.
The droid was Z. I know that much.
Okay, that's fine. So then Mando takes him back, gets paid for the bounty, because that was
the deal.
That was the deal.
No questions.
Slides the fucking tracker in old boy's pocket hops into Razor Crest and fucks off. And as he's getting ready to jump to hyperspace, fucking 3 X-Wings drop out.
Which, I hate more knowledge, those 3 X-Wing pilots who came in were all 3 directors of shows. Deborah Chow, Rick Famuyiwa, however you pronounce his name, and Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Famuyiwa.
They were all, they were the 3 pilots. Right. And then, I don't know the specific name that Dave Filoni's character had, but it had reference to wolf. because Dave Filoni will love wolves. That's why in Clone Wars there was the wolf pack and shit like that. So
I didn't know that.
Just hey, if I can broaden a little horizons, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know fucking everything, but if I can share some extra knowledge, there it is. So, I was just I saw you going for the keyboard there. I was gonna try to continue, but we're going right into Chapter 7.
Chapter 7, The Reckoning, directed by Deborah Chow again. Mando hears from Grief Karga that the imps have overrun Navarro, and he wants the Mando to come back and kill the client to bail them all out.
Yep.
Mando doesn't fucking buy a minute of that, so he's like, well, I'm going to go get my crew together. Goes and picks up Quill and Cara Dune.
I'm dumb, because I bought it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, dude. Go clear your name, bro.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I just want to give you the opportunity to clear your name.
No, but he's like, go kill this son of a bitch, man. I was like, yeah, go kill him.
Right? And then Quill comes on the ship and brings IG-11. He's like, fuck you, no droids.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this droid's cool.
It's like a sign on the fucking back that says, fuck you, no droid.
It's the same.
It's like a bumper sticker. Fuck you, no droids.
Right. What was the bumper sticker on the back of the Winnebago and Spaceballs? What did it say? I break for something.
Oh my god. Fuck you.
All right, moving
Continue.
on. So Quill basically is like, oh, I reprogrammed the IG-11 to, just do tasks and
be a nurse droid.
Now he's a nurse droid.
Yeah, he's a nurse droid. He had to reteach him from the very get.
Yep. So he doesn't have any memory or anything like that. Which I'd still love somebody to explain to me why you would put a droid's memory banks in his head.
I don't know.
It seems like you'd put that shit right in the core in the body, the most protective part.
Yeah, maybe, but if you're talking about laser fights and being worried about shit like that, like a headshot is a hell of a lot harder than a shot to the fucking torso.
Sure, but you can heavily armor a torso. You can't heavily armor a head.
You're thinking too much about this.
I know. Man. That's what happens. You need to calm
your shit.
That's what I do.
Don't do it.
So
Scott says he breaks for no one.
Yeah, I break for no one. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shut your face. I thought that, and then
That night they get attacked by Minox. Karga gets hurt, and Baby Yoda heals him, which ties into Episode 9. That was the first time we really saw a Force user heal somebody, which was the big tie-in.
Which I was fucking excited about, because if you go back to our Escape Pod short, which you can find on YouTube.
You can.
I actually said I would love to see some sort of tie-in from The Mandalorian to Episode 9.
Yes.
And if you remember, I said I didn't care what it was. It could be something so small, so basic, and I even said, I don't know what it is. I don't care. I would love for there to be some tie-in. That was it, and I was satisfied with that.
Yeah,
I didn't need any
absolutely.
more than that. I thought that was good enough.
Yep.
You showed me something, so you can sit there and be in Episode 9. Like, I seen it. Okay, I've seen that. That's happened before.
So, Carl Weathers is like, look, my whole plan was to fucking kill you, Mando, and then take the baby. But since the baby saved my life, I kind of can't do that. So, Quill and IG-11 take the baby back to the ship.
No, Quill does. They left IG-11 at the ship.
Oh, yeah. IG-11 stayed with the ship because Mando was like, the droid's not fucking coming with us.
He can chill.
So,
because he's on the assumption that the client sent IG-11, I would assume.
Yes.
I would assume that's...
Yes. So, a couple of scout troopers chase down Quill, kill him, snatch up the baby.
Yo, that hit me right here, man.
Yeah, I was upset about it.
That was not cool, dude.
Yep.
That shit was awful. That hurt a lot of feelings right there. I didn't know somebody was cutting onions when I was fucking watching that, and that really affected me.
I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. First, we end up at that bar meeting up with the client. And then,
but nonetheless, that fucking happens.
Yeah. And then Moff Gideon shows up and basically wipes out everybody at the bar except for our lead characters. And then we're cut to the scout troopers killing Quill. And that's where we're left at. They snatch up Baby Yoda, and
my buddy Jimmy sent me the picture of what it actually did.
What's it say?
We break for no one.
We break for no one. Then we get to Chapter 8, Redemption. This is the big finale. It opens with a silly scene with the troopers. The one trooper, played by Jason Sudeikis,
yes,
is like thumping Baby Yoda for making too much noise. And I guess he got legitimate hate for that.
He should.
Like, people were legit pissed at him for thumping Baby Yoda.
I didn't know it was Jason Sudeikis until after the fact, and I've watched it since then, and now I can't not hear him. But I hate that motherfucker. How dare you, dude?
I guess his
I'm
comedy
just gonna say,
troupe.
stormtroopers would never do some shit like that. That's some shit a scout trooper would do.
Yeah.
That's some.
It's always the scouts. Fuck them. IG-11 shows up. It's like, stop thumping my baby, and kills both of them. Oh, I forgot.
He murks the one dude. He just kept smashing him in the
smashing his fucking head.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then Jason Sudeikis, he got what he deserved. He broke his fucking arm.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, hit a little Baby Yoda again, you son of a bitch. Yep. How dare you?
I forgot about the little scene where
they were both... K-Dot, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man.
The little scene where they were trying to shoot the can and neither of them fucking hit it.
And then he pulls up the gun and he's shaking it like it's the gun's broken.
Yep.
That was awesome. That was fucking funny, dude. I like how the other scout trooper was kind of like us. Like, I want to see the fucking
let me see the fucking baby.
Come on, dude. You got to see him. I want to see him.
Moff Gideon, or we go back to the bar. Moff Gideon gives the group a few hours to get their shit together.
And talk about a ruthless son of a bitch, dude. Yeah. Like, at first I thought the client was like no nonsense kind of a dude.
Right.
No, Moff Gideon don't play no shit.
Yeah, he don't play no shit.
He don't play
pimp
no
slapping
shit.
for everyone.
Yeah, with the backhand.
Yep.
Powder, where are my bitches?
Yep.
That's what the fuck's happening.
I forgot to write the guy's name down, but it's
Carlo Esposito. He was in
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Fucking awesome. Anything that he's in.
Yeah,
he was in a TV show called Evolution, and he was fucking badass in that too.
I think I started watching some of that.
It was good.
Yeah.
And then season 2, it got real weird. So basically, IG-11 hops on one of them speeder bikes and blows through town, just fucking laying waste to everybody he can.
Yo, but you forgot he's got Baby Yoda in the baby.
Yeah, and Baby Bjorn fucking, and then Baby Yoda's having a ball. He's like,
he's like laughing, his ears are flapping in the wind and shit. And then when shit starts getting, he like rotates his body so Baby Yoda's in the back and no longer in harm's way. I was like, IG-11's a thug, man. I need a new nanny because this dude's fucking badass. This dude's amazing.
So he pretty much lays waste to everybody, and then he breaks up the whole scene outside the little cantina that they were hanging out at. And so then our heroes kind of get wind of it, and they come outside, and shit goes down.
Yeah.
Mando takes the big fucking Gatling gun, and he's like...
Does his thing again. Yeah. That was awesome.
He goes full fucking T2.
The E-Web.
E-Web. Yep.
E-Web.
Goes full T2 with it. It's a good time.
Yeah, that was badass. And then old Carlo Moff fucking Gideon.
Yep. Mr. I ain't taking no shit. I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and he didn't play no games. He shot him right in the fucking head.
No, he blew up that fucking energy tank for the gun.
Oh, he blew up, But no, he shot him in the back of the head first.
Yeah.
And then he blew the fucking thing up. He's ruthless, man.
Yeah, he wasn't taking no shit. That dude's
ruthless.
So
he said, "Respect my gangster." Respect my gangster.
So Mando's laid out in the street, and so they drag him back in the fucking bar. And, they're trying to get his helmet off. He's like, no, nobody can see me because, I'd rather die in this helmet.
Yeah, give me an honorable death, blah,
right.
blah.
So they all bail into the sewer.
No, you forgot some critical stuff right here, my friend.
What I forgot?
Moff Gideon is enough. He said enough with the bullshit. Call an incinerator trooper.
I think that happens after they go into the sewer.
No, that can't happen. You need to focus. I'm going to tell you how to.
Oh, you know what? Because Baby Yoda's still up there.
We're on the same page now. That's good. Okay. I'm glad you can come back and
join
us.
The incinerator trooper comes in and he's fucking setting everything on fire. And he walks in the door and Baby Yoda's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And
Yo, that incinerator trooper looked frightening.
Yeah.
He looked frightening.
Yeah, absolutely
that makeup
terrifying.
On the red is frightening, dude. The whole get up, all dirty and coming. Oh,
yep. He was
awesome.
Like, no, I barbecue bitches.
Yeah, barbecue bitches on the daily. Don't even worry about it.
Baby Yoda kebab. Uses the Force to throw the fire back on him and fucking cooks the cook.
Yeah, he did.
And, of course, he passes out again, so that's his favorite move. He uses the Force, then he takes a nap.
I think... Never mind. I was just blowing his load. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. But apparently, because he did that, of course, he can't heal Mando.
No.
Mando's bleeding out.
I didn't even think of that. Now that you bring it up, because he did it to Grief Karga, sure. I didn't even put the two together. But
he's got to take a nap every time he uses the Force.
Son of a lazy son of a bitch.
I'm telling you. So, he basically talks them into taking the kid with him and going down into the sewer. And IG-11 stays back to help him. And he's like, you're not taking my fucking helmet off. And IG-11's like, I'm not alive, bitch. Yeah. Take off your head.
Right. Don't get emotional.
Yep. So then he sprays him down with some Bacta spray, which is badass. It's the first time I've ever seen, like, somebody...
That's back to freeze.
Yeah.
That's back to freeze. You just fucking hit it up with it.
Yep. Just sprayed him and it's like, this will be fine later.
You'll be good. In a few hours, you will be all nice and pretty.
So, after Mando kind of gets his head put back together, he pops down into the sewer, so they go to find his clan. Because they're like, the only place that's safe is going to be with my people. And they can help
us get out, and they'll help us escape.
Of course, he gets there and finds out the Imperials have already been there and wiped out his whole clan.
Yeah, there's a pile of helmets and armor and all kind of shit. Yep. Except for the armor.
And the armorer's down there.
Seems to be the only one, but then she told him that people got away.
Yep. She's like, look, I'm going to melt all this shit down.
And then I'm out.
And then I'm out, too. So,
she sends him on the path. He don't want to leave. He don't want to leave, but... She's like,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. Now you gotta take care of this foundling. So now Mando's in charge of Baby Yoda.
She calls him the Clan of Two.
He calls him the Clan of Two. The Mudhorn is their signet.
Gives him the Mudhorn signet.
Yeah.
And then...
and basically he either has to raise to adulthood and take care of till can take care of itself.
Or
Baby
find
Yoda,
his people.
Or find his people.
Yeah, because essentially she says...
That's going to be interesting. That's not saying he has to take him back.
Yeah, but until then, she's like, you're the baby's father.
That's what it is. So, I thought that was pretty interesting. Because it kind of leaves it open. He can go both, both kind of things can happen. So, we'll see. That's going to be interesting what Season 2 brings on that side.
I'm pretty sure that Season 2, we're going to be looking for Baby Yoda's people.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be a hard fucking...
Yeah. I guess there's not very many of them, according to legends. So they go down underneath the city to where there's this lava flow. Don't get me started on the physics of what we're talking about. But, there's this big boat.
Have you ever been in Navarro?
No.
Shut your mouth then.
Right.
Okay. That's physics.
Suspension of disbelief.
Suspension of bitch, you ain't been in Navarro.
So there's a gondola essentially with R2 unit in it.
Kind of reminiscent of L3 from Solo. Had the appendages and stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
Yep. Cool. So we've got a fucking 7-foot R2 unit.
That was intimidating.
That pilots this gondola, and then at some point they're like, "Dude, you slow down." And the R2 unit's like, "No, we
gotta go."
So.
Old girl says...
Yeah, she fucking caps his ass. And They're floating down the tunnel there, and IG-11's like, well, the only way we're gonna take care of all these troopers sitting out there is I gotta
sacrifice.
Yeah, I gotta protect the baby, and this is the only way I can do it. So he gets out of the boat.
And talk about some T2 shit you were talking about earlier.
Sticks his metal legs in lava and walks 20 yards, then blows himself up, kills all the troopers.
You know what kind of metal that was? So fuck off with your suspension of disbelief. I can see it and hear it in your fucking voice, and I've had enough.
Durasteel.
It's not Durasteel.
What is it?
I don't know, but fuck off. That's what I know.
It isn't fucking...
You gotta let it go, man.
It isn't fucking Beskar.
What if it's animanium? Bitch, I pulled some Wolverine shit. Now you gotta shut up and fucking make it happen.
Fine. Adamantium it is.
There it is. Fucker.
I'll let it slide this time.
It will slide.
So after all the troopers are gone and they think they're out of trouble, of course, we hear the roar of a couple of TIE engines. And here comes Gideon in his badass TIE fighter.
Yeah.
I forget what that particular model of TIE is called.
It is a special variant for being able to have that landing ability.
Which that's fine and dandy, but if you look at Rise of Skywalker, Kylo just has a standard TIE and he lands it right on the wings.
It's they're angled.
Yeah.
So
it's sweet. I just it seems like you can just land a regular TIE right on its wings.
You can't. You got to fold them up because they're fragile.
Except Kylo didn't.
He didn't have a TIE fighter.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't have no, that was a different kind. That was a TIE Interceptor.
No.
Oh my god, do I need to get fucking back on you again?
Look it up. It is a regular TIE fighter. He lands.
On what? What planet?
On Exegol.
Exegol? It's not a regular TIE fighter.
Bro.
Dude, talk your shit. I'm gonna find... I don't know if it's gonna be in here.
It's probably not gonna be in there. So anyway, Mando puts on the jetpack.
I'm so mad at you.
Mando puts on the jetpack and what is it called? The Phoenix training or something?
And fuck off.
And he flies it up there sloppily at first, but he catches up with the...
And he does his little... his grappling hook deal seems to be the one thing he's got going that seems to always be functioning well for him.
You read what Scott just said. Mando puts a jetpack on, chases him, throws a couple of bombs on the wing, blows the wing off of Gideon's TIE fighter, and Mando hops on his ship and bails with the kid.
Did you, when Cara Dune and Grief Karga watched Moff Gideon's TIE fighter crash, did you immediately think he survived it? Because I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it didn't explode, it didn't blow up, it just kind of boom and hit the fucking ground. I was like, oh no, he survived that before it even got to the point where we're close enough on the TIE fighter.
Which is funny because once we watched the Rise of Skywalker the very next day, when the exact same shit happened, you're like, of course he's fine.
Right, I've seen this before. This motherfucker has the Force.
Fucking yesterday.
And he has the Force.
So, Cara Dune and IG-11 decide they're gonna...
Not
IG-11. Man? Cara Dune and... Grief Karga.
Apollo Creed.
Is that...
Carl Weathers. Grief Karga.
That
You're
all
there.
The people?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So, Cara Dune, I guess, is the only one is going to stay on Navarro. She's going to hang out there with Grief Karga.
Yeah.
Kind of be like a bodyguard or something for him.
He pretty much... She's like head of security and shit now.
He's going to scrub her chain code so she's clean.
She's all good to go.
And then we cut to a scene with Moff Gideon.
Well, you see this TIE fighter. There's Jawa stripping this TIE fighter already.
Right.
This TIE fighter just crashed.
Reconnected.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to fuck up the live feed or what. Anyway.
We're at the
end. We see Moff Gideon's TIE fighter, and then, boom, a blade shoots through the side.
Which, you didn't know what it was at first.
No.
Not right off grip. Right off grip, you're like, wait, what the... Whoa, okay, he lived. What and then he...
Yeah, it gets closer and closer. You're like, first you're like, this dude's got a lightsaber. It's the fucking Darksaber.
Yeah. That was... Going back to the Escape Pod short we spoke of earlier.
Yep.
I said I would love to see a lightsaber in any capacity within this show.
Right. You got your
and
wish.
I got it at the last fucking episode, the last fucking minute, dude.
Absolutely.
That was incredible. And I know you've seen that. You were the one who thought about me in the meme with old boy from what's his name, the comedian. Normal people when they saw the Darksaber.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Oh, whatever. And then Star Wars nerds when they see the Darksaber, he's got his shirt off.
I forget that dude's name. That dude is hysterical. Hannibal.
Oh, my Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
Hannibal Buress. God, that shit is fucking funny, dude.
Yep.
But I loved it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when I saw that, I was like, really? That's how we end this? That's incredible, dude. It was incredible.
Yep. So that pretty much wraps up the Mandalorian. I personally loved everything that I got. I ate it all up. Like, I got no real bitches at all.
No,
The only episode that I wasn't super in love with was the one on Tatooine.
Oh, yeah.
And who cares?
Right. You're right. It served no purpose. If you'd have pulled that out and we'd had 7 episodes.
Yep.
I mean, you could make that argument about the heist one.
Yeah.
But I still really enjoyed the heist.
Sure.
One. And I enjoyed the Tatooine one. I liked it for the nostalgia's sake.
Yep.
Because like when they went to Tatooine, it was kind of like I just recently during Thanksgiving time I went to Florida. I went back where I grew up for a little bit, and seeing old places, but they're there, but they've been remodeled a little bit. It was fun. It was cool.
There was a shit ton of fan service in that episode, and
I'm good with it.
I was good with it.
I was good with it. I just didn't like the little shit bag, little bounty hunter wannabe. I just didn't care for him, to be 100% honest with you. Didn't do nothing for me.
Right.
He was a doober.
But, I'm not sure that I really have a favorite episode. I loved bits and pieces of every one of them.
That third episode hit me and stuck with me for a long time.
Right. The end of it was so fucking satisfying. Like, I never felt like I was like, oh, fuck, they should have done this.
No.
But I don't know about you. I've gotten to the point where I go into all of these movies not expecting anything.
No, like I had no expectations for this.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down and I would really love it if you would fucking entertain me.
Hell yeah.
I've made an agreement with you. I've given you my money.
Right.
Take me on a fucking adventure. And as long as I get that, I couldn't be fucking happier.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and I think that's the beauty of it. Because like you look at all the BS amongst all 3 of the sequels, everybody's expectations I think ruined it because I want to see Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia need to do, and Lando needs to do this, and I have these books, and okay, they don't mean anything, but they meant something to me, and it's like nobody, dude, the Mando's a new character. New stomping ground. You can't say he needs to and he should have done and he was. No. He's his own new Mandalorian character. And I thought it was fantastic. All the characters they introduced to me, I was on board. The ones I couldn't believe first episode they killed IG-11. I was like, holy shit. And then they bring him back at the end. I was like, smooth.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm a fan, dude. I hope and I really think this is the future of Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to get this information because you can present me with so much more in a season. Yep. If you could have presented, I don't know how many people would have enjoyed a Skywalker Saga television series, but you could have fed me so much more. And that's what I want. I just want more. I love it, man. I want more.
I'm super excited about the Obi-Wan series that we're going to get. And this, the production value of this show and how well it was written and how often I was like, no, I'm in for all of this shit. This is fucking fantastic. I am actually starting to be excited about the Cassian Andor series.
Yeah, because, Cassian Andor went a little dark.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be all like underground espionage. I got this guy I got to go talk to. Oh, fuck, they're chasing me again. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, this could be a show that I'd be into. As long as every one of these shows is a different kind of show.
Yeah, they're not trying to present you the same thing every time.
Like, I'm maybe at some point they have some kind of NCIS show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just anything like that. Like, give me a serial adventure of the week kind of thing.
Yep.
Like, I'm in for fucking all of it.
Right. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, dude.
It's kind of like when they started coming out with those Marvel TV shows on Netflix. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
All of this. Give it all to me.
Right.
And then they came out with Iron Fist, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, but they're going to be there. I hope people expect that.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Yeah, they might lay an egg, but, you know, as long as they course correct and go, okay, well, that wasn't great. We'll go back over here. But fucking Iron Fist.
No. Just keep this... Give me people who are passionate. Give me my Dave Filoni's, my Jon Favreau's, who are passionate and love this world.
Yep.
And want to play. And give me those people who want to play with their action figures.
Yes. Yes.
Not those people who...
This whole series felt like somebody who grew up playing with these action figures and was like, I did this with my buddies in the backyard.
We had a whole story, and we had this whole thing, and this was the guy, and this was this guy, and this was his buddy, and yeah.
And like, holy shit, the keeping Baby Yoda under wraps and not letting that leak out.
I never heard of any of that.
Yep.
And I pay attention to the interwebs. You know me.
It makes me wonder if the whole time they were filming, they were like, there's this thing, it's super important. It's going to be this CG asset, and you're going to love the CG asset, but we'll tell you what the fuck it is later.
From my understanding, Jon Favreau basically asked Disney, please don't market this at all.
Yeah.
And Disney said, okay, we won't.
Right.
So.
Because that's usually where the leaks happen first, is from the marketing people. You know, it's like, this is all hush-hush, and then Hasbro's like got a loose lip somewhere, and then we see all the toys.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh, shit. And then we start manufacturing all these ideas of what we think's going to happen, and then we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So, like absolutely awesome that they kept this shit down.
It was great. I'm ready for season 2. It sucks we have to wait. It sucks we have to wait.
Yeah, man. But, I mean, we'll be all fucking jonesed up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Come fall. You know,
I just hope expectations don't ruin it for people. Because expectations... I didn't hear all the negativity with The Force Awakens. It was loud as shit with The Last Jedi. Because of everybody's expectations.
Right.
In my opinion. Opinion. I could be far off base to some people. But in my opinion, that's what it was. People's expectations... I've said this before. I brought this up to many people. In my opinion, Star Wars ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars had 40 years to fester.
Yep.
And then, here we go.
Yep.
And you've been building it up in your head, and Han Solo's this, and Luke Skywalker's that, and Darth Vader never did that. Well...
Yep. You started writing your own story.
Yeah, you wrote your own story, and when the story came out, it wasn't the story you wrote, so you were like, this is bullshit.
See, there's things I didn't like about The Last Jedi, and you and me are both on the same page about this. We love that movie.
Yeah.
For its own reasons.
Yep.
Like, I will never be okay with Luke throwing his lightsaber over his shoulder.
Never bothered me, though.
And to me, it took me out of the movie right up front, so I spent 25 minutes of that movie going, no.
Yeah, see, it didn't bother me up front. And then once it got explained even more, it made more and more sense as to why he did it. So I was good with it. But
but that was not...
Right.
That was not Rian Johnson's explanation of why he did it. That was fans rationalizing why he would do it. But in the moment, while you're in the theater, you're like, fuck, why? That's not right.
No, mine was like, my eyes just, what?
Yeah.
I didn't have a that's not right moment. It was a wait, what?
Yeah. I just fucking...
well, because...
It didn't ruin the movie.
Even with The Force Awakens, I didn't expect Luke to not show up till the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I love The Force Awakens. But if you'd have told me going in, I was going to watch The Force Awakens and Luke was going to be in at less than a minute of the movie, I would have never believed you.
Right.
Never.
Right. Yep.
They marketed that movie
like Luke was all up in it.
But But if you think about it, they never showed him, and you're like, holy shit, they never showed him.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So that about wraps up Mandalorian. You got anything else you want to kick around on it?
No, man. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
I wonder if season 2's all that it's going to be. And if that is, cool. Yeah. I'm cool with it. Because don't keep trying to stretch the story out. If Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have a story that started where it started and ends here, then end it there. Just like Rebels. 4 seasons of Rebels. It ended where it needed to end. I'm good with it.
Yep.
I love those characters. And if you got other stories to tell me about individuals or a couple of them, cool. Yep. But I'm content, man. So if this Baby Yoda and Mandalorian story stops here, then stop it here. Right. I'm good. What else can you tell me? What other stories do you got? I'm good. I like it, man.
Yep, me too. Next week, not next week. I believe on the 22nd is our plan. We're going to get together and do another show. We're going to talk about the Joker. Brady's going to finally see it.
Yeah, I'll borrow that DVD.
And we're going to go through a much more abbreviated version of it. We're not going to do this like scene by scene. We're just going to talk about the movie. Yeah. About what we felt about it. What we thought it did for the DC universe, that kind of thing.
Star Wars is where we're getting sweaty.
Yeah.
Star Wars is the sweaty and the meat. Yeah. But we're going to talk about it.
Get with us on social media. Let us know your opinions. Maybe what you want to make sure that we address. What we can do better,
what we can pull away. You know.
But that's what we're looking at. We're going to talk about... we're going to talk about the Joker.
Yeah, and we're going to try to keep interacting within the chat during the live show. So we tried to interact as much as we can. We can't always look. I used to fucking scream at Dave and Jason while I'm watching the show, and people are writing everything in the chat, but it gets to a point where you're like, I can't. And then you're like, you read it, and it's like, yeah, but that was 10 minutes ago. So we can't talk about that yet. So, but just let us know, man, whether it's in the comments, in the Escape Pod, Instagram or Facebook, just give us your feedback, and we're gonna figure it out and do it.
Absolutely.
So, but I guess that's all I got, man. If that's all I got, that's episode 2 of the Escape Pod. Big Lovin, Don DellaSnooch. May the Force be with you.
Go blue.
Go blue.
Bye, everybody.